Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing in BI. And we are back for another temperature check post. My favorite discussions in the Indigo governance community, talking about changes to the protocol that are supposed to support and help the protocol, not individuals. So let's take a look. The price of Cardano right now is 35 cents. The price of Indigo, $1.63. So let's take a look at the user protections limits iAsset. So you're going to say, okay, so here's my red flag. This is the trigger for me. User protection. That's something that the government says, and the government never protects users. Limits. Why would I want limitations on the protocol that I love and use almost daily, if not weekly? So let's take a look. Juan Cardano, what's going on? Given the circumstances of the bear market and the inexperience of many investors. Okay, so the experience of the investors in a protocol have nothing to do with, one, me, two, the protocol. That's on them. If they want to spend all their money making bad investments, that's on them. And leveraged and other things, I propose something to protect all users and also the Indigo coins. One, Indigo or Indy is not a coin, it's a token. Another thing, you can't do anything to protect the realities of life. Risk is risk. People lose money, people make money. More people lose money than people make money. That's just the way the world works. Those are principles of the systems that we have in place. We're not changing that. You're not changing that. So trying to micromanage a protocol in order to do that is, you're starting off just no. All right, currently the limits to request iAssets and be liquidated is 110%. So the CDP, the minimum collateral that you can put in to mint something is 110%. That is where you get liquidated. So it's actually like 109.9%. To request an iAsset, the minimum requirement must be 200 or 250%. That's insane. The same as Jed recommends. Jed recommends this for a stable coin, sir, not in a synthetics protocol. But instead of 400%, it would be 200. Why would it be 400%? Maybe that's Jed's recommending 400%. It would be 200 to 250 with Indigo, increasing the liquidity of Cardano, blocking and limiting the creation of assets. Okay, so what is Indigo's value proposition? Its value is to be able to mint synthetics. So if you're making it harder and more expensive, like massively harder and massively more expensive to mint iAssets, how does that help the protocol? If you're taking the protocol that I'm using with literally like very little money, like I don't think I've done a move over $100 to this point. I don't think I've done it. Yeah, I did a move about a little over $100 is what I've done. And I'm using the protocol and I'm making money. I'm showing, this is verifiable. These are in my videos. Click the subscribe button, follow the channel if you want to keep up with my Indigo journey. We're doing this with very little money. And this is, I think, the ethos of Cardano, is to allow someone to bank, get access to financial tools to make themselves more wealthy with very little capital. What he's wanting to do is to take that ethos and throw it in the garbage. But my thing is why would he want to do this? Because if we, know what we know about the world and the people in it, he definitely does not want to protect users and help the protocol by making it less attractive to new users. To withdraw Cardano from the liquidity of the loan, I suggest that it be the same as above, that Cardano's collateral remain above 200% or 200. So the way that he's writing this is just silly. Like, pick one. Do you want it to be 200 or 250? Doing this 200 or 250 is silly because there's a bunch of numbers in between 200 and 250. That would be a range, sir. Why does it have to be 200 or 250? Do you just like even numbers? Like, I don't get that. Whatever the community chooses. Well, I wouldn't choose either one of those. So I would say no right off the bat. And he hasn't even explained his position yet. Example, if it were with a 250% collateral, if the person has debt in IUSD, wants to withdraw Cardano from his IUSD collateral, and it is 190%, he has to return the IUSD up to more than. So if a person needs money and wants to withdraw, he has to put more in. Why would anybody do that? Oh, right. They wouldn't. That's his point. He doesn't want people using the protocol. He believes that if he can control the protocol, he can keep the token price from falling, which you can't do, sir. And we've seen proposals like this in the past where it seems like, oh, this is this great thing for the community, but in reality, it's just one person trying to protect their investment, and they don't really care about anybody else. So this example is terrible. She wants to request more IUSD, and it is at 190. She cannot request more IUSD. She has to deposit more Cardanos as collateral. Why would she deposit more money if she needs IUSD? It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to spend money. That's like the African finance racket, like South American finance rackets, like the friggin' like predatory lending. That's what that is. You're going to turn an Indigo protocol into a predatory lending platform. That's what you want. That is crazy, especially if you put in a position and you put it in at 150 and then all of a sudden it gets jacked up to 250%. You're literally then stealing people's money. That's a terrible change for the platform to hurt the users, to make it so that they can't get their money out without depositing more money. It's predatory. If it were with 200%, the same thing would change into 250 or 200. Okay, and that's like the sentence like doesn't even make any sense. This English must not be this person's first language, I'm assuming, based on his name and the way that he's typing. So we're just going to have to kind of assume a lot of stuff here. So hopefully we're assuming correctly. This would also protect against attacks against IUSD due to the lack of liquidity. And I think the word attack is used wrong here. Since it's only withdrawing Cardano, having 110% to be liquidated, and the whales can attack the price of the coins in the protocol. So this is what here it is. This is it. This is what he's concerned about. All of this mumbo jumbo, all of this stuff is secondary to this. The whales can attack the price of the coins in the protocol. That's his concern. Instead of just saying that in the beginning, being honest, he kind of tries to mask it in all of this stuff, right? But this is what it comes down to. Let's take a look at Indigo. This guy probably got an Indigo when it launched, and this is what happened. I want to show you. This is why these people propose such bad ideas. Indigo launches. He probably couldn't get any until maybe the first day, maybe a few days later, but probably here. He probably bought at the top, so above $3, and then it went down. He panicked. It went up. He should have taken profits here, but I guarantee you he didn't, and he rode it all the way down, and he's crying. He's got the Wojak screaming face meme. He's crying. So he's had enough. He's tired of losing money, and it appears like it may not ever come back anytime soon. So now he's gone off, and he's suggested doing something like this, increasing the collateral, the CDP, the minimum CDP to 200 or 250%. If that were the case, if I had CDPs, I would remove them, and I would walk away from Indigo, and I would sell my tokens for profit and walk away. That's just what I would do, because the protocol is going to go to hell. Like, why I wouldn't invest in a payday loan place. Why would I invest in a digital version of that, which is what he would propose changing it to? So what am I talking about? Well, this is what you should do. So we have this conversation I had here. Hindsight, I posted this earlier today. Hindsight, should have sold the 33 Indy. So the 33 Indy are my profits that I got from the last trade. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the channel, subscribe, check out my previous videos on Indy. I'm going to make a playlist. I promise you I'm going to make one. When I get off this video, I'll make one. At 205. So I had free Indy tokens that I had gotten because I took profits on a trade. I ended up with 33 Indy tokens left over. It was like 33.06, something like that, for free. Those were that was my profit in the trade that I made. I thought about selling those profit tokens at 205, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to mess around with it, because I didn't want to trigger withdrawal of rewards, because every transaction that you make, you have to pull your rewards. I don't want to pull my rewards. I just want to make transactions. I want to add and take from my stake without triggering fees for claiming rewards. I don't want to claim my rewards every time I want to adjust my position with Indie tokens, and I want to get that changed. That's going to be in another video. All right, so our friend Alvin Singh here responds, I haven't sold any. Unless you are holding a really big bag, taking 35% profits, just don't do it for me. My goal is to continue accumulating until I reach about 2K Indie. That's a big goal. And I won't even think about selling until I see the price is above $50. That's the way I used to think about things. That's the way I thought in the last market cycle. And I got wrecked. And everybody that thought that way got wrecked. Now, if you're content with being wrecked and your goal is future and down the line and you don't care, good for you. But I'm telling you, it's emotional, especially if you're looking at your investments every day or every week or every month or even quarterly. If you're looking at it quarterly, you're crying right now. The way to avoid that is to ride the market. DCA. Get your average price. When there's a place to take your profits, take it. Create what's called moon bags. Bags of tokens that are free. That is what I learned from the last cycle. Don't hodl. Don't diamond hands. Those are idiotic things to do. And I'm not calling Alvin an idiot. I'm just saying he just hasn't learned the way to do it right? I had to learn too. And I said, nah, I used to do it that way. And I always kick myself. I'm being patient and taking my profits. And he said, I respect it. Whatever works for you. I just suck at timing markets, so I just DCA while prices are down, and I plan my exits way down the road. So you are halfway there. You DCA, but you take your profits on these pumps. When these pumps happen, like when this stuff, when this starts to happen and you're feeling good, that's when you should take your profits. Ride down, 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 down. Pump, 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 pump. Take your profits. And then when it starts to slide, you're DCAing. You DCA here. You DCA here. You DCA here. You DCA here. And then when it starts to go back up, maybe you sell the stuff that you got here. You're accumulating. You're getting tokens, and you got an average price. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's down the line. Maybe it's in February. Maybe it's in March. But be prepared to take those profits so that you make your bag free or as low cost as possible. I want my bags to be free. I want to have $0 in them. Right now, in Indigo, I have 83 Indigo tokens staked. They're free. I paid nothing for them. Well, how in the heck did that happen, man? Because you only got 50 airdrop tokens. I bought, and I took my profits in Indy. I sold the amount that would break me even, and I took it in stable coins, and I left the coins that I got for free. So I have 83 Indie tokens, all free. That's my plan, to just do that through this bear market and ride it on. Now, at some point, if I'm feeling it, or I get some kind of income from someplace other than my standard income, and I make some buys, because I'm thinking long term for the project, which I am, then okay, I'll do that. But right now, I'm buying low, selling high, taking my profits in Indie to make my bags free or as low cost as humanly possible. And I'm being patient. That's what I'm doing. This guy, Juan, clearly bought at the top and is panicking. All right, so people are going to start responding with how they feel about this. It gets a big fat no from me, but let's see here. Solitude. It would be too punitive for a CDP, in my opinion. I agree, but de-risking measures is plausible. I can agree with that too. In terms of maintenance and margins versus liquidation margins, which can be set as no minting for positions below 135 to 150. And that would have to be a turbulent market for me to do that, for me to agree with that. But to just pump it to 200 or 250 just because? No, absolutely no. Hard no. J428 said, this This was basically what I took away from the discussion as well. I'm fine with the no mint below 135 or 150 CR, but pushing much further than that could really hurt the future. Plus, even current functionality of the protocol, absolutely. It would ruin it for me. I wouldn't be able to use it anymore. I'd be losing money. So I don't want to lose money. I want to make money. Right now, I'm making money and taking my profits in Indy tokens. If you change it to this model, people aren't going to be using the protocol, and there's not going to be any point to using a protocol or me accumulating tokens in a protocol that no one's going to want to use. The value for Indigo right now is really high, and in the future, I believe it to be even higher. This is one of the most exciting dApps on the Cardano blockchain, in my opinion. What he is suggesting is to destroy it so that he can, he feels like the price of his tokens won't go down. Buddy, the price of your tokens are going to go down. These diagrams don't even make any sense to me. They're just silly. All of this is just an elaborate scheme so that this dude believes that he can control the price of the Indigo token, which he can't do. And he uses the terms attackers, which really bothers me. This stuff here, an attacker, user only do hold. I don't know what that means. Not interested in stability pool. Okay, maybe I'm not interested in a stability pool. Does it mean that I'm an attacker? No, it just means that I am a consumer and I consume the things that I want to use. It's a product. It's a protocol that offers different products, stability pools, collateralized debt positions, so you can hedge, different things, different iAssets, minting iAssets, maybe holding onto those iAssets and selling them when the supply is low. That's what this is about. He's calling those people attackers because they have the money to use the protocol. It's just silly. It's just silly in my opinion. This is a bad temperature check, a bad proposal. So he's just responding to all these people with more, again, nonsense in my opinion. Okay, this one, 200% is to keep the asset stable and avoid any attack on the protocol. No, it's not. 175 is also healthy. If it's also healthy, then why not do 175? Why 200? Currently with 110, and if I were a whale, if you were a whale, you would be a whale. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Or a group of people, that's fine. People group up all the time. They're called banks. And the stability pool has no reserves. The price loses. Yes. And yes, the parity. Why you cannot manipulate so this is what the guy is talking about. He's saying he doesn't want whales in groups of people, i.e., banks, coming together and using the protocol to their advantage. He wants to stop them from doing that. He wants the protocol to be in his advantage, which is token price, which he believes he can control by stopping people from using the protocol. But what he doesn't understand is if people stop using the protocol, then your token isn't going to have a value and it's going to fall anyways. If you want the value of your token to increase, you need the use case for the protocol to increase. So reducing the use case by jacking up the fees is counterproductive. Juan Cardano, it doesn't protect the protocol. It won't matter if it gets attacked if your token is worth nothing and no one wants to use the protocol anyways. So the stability pool has 1.5 million USD and the loan is 200 million. You have a shortcoming of 500,000. Yeah. If I were the attacker, I have 20 million in USD. Yeah. Nothing. You cannot stop anybody that has 20 million in USD. You just can't. There's nothing you can do. They're a whale for a reason. I asked for 99% equals 900. I am changing them for ADA little by little. Nobody notices. The price falls 5% and the price of ISD was attacked. No, it wasn't. There's no longer collateral in the stability pool. Everyone loses their money. Then don't put money in it if you think that's what's possible. That's called an investment strategy. He wants to do it anyways, but then change the rules of the protocol so that no one can use the protocol that has a lot of money. Sorry, sir. That's just the way the world works. Look at my graphs. No. I don't see how the attacker benefits manipulating the price of IUSD. One can dump IUSD to zero today and still be fine as long as the oracle isn't manipulated. $1 is $1, sir, regardless of what you put the price of IUSD at. That's what he's saying. I share the view of Solitude. If somebody pushes IUSD to zero on a DEX, I will be happy to buy it all. Exactly. If If a dollar is a dollar and a DEX is saying that a dollar on their DEX is worth a penny, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy it at a penny and hedge that the price is going to change, or just arbitrage it someplace else and make money. This guy just doesn't understand like what he's talking about. And he's got a proposal that's just nonsense. And the sad thing is, there are a bunch of people that agree with this. Like, they like the proposal. This is crazy. 19 people like the proposal. And this is complete nonsense. Maybe he's a whale of the mines and has a crew of people that want to destroy the Indigo protocol. And then Solitude kind of goes into an example here using the test network. But the test network isn't a good because it doesn't really do what he needs it to do. There's no liquidation for the test net. But he does make a good statements here, and basically breaks down the fact that the guy is he's being silly. He's just being silly. He wants to control the open market, and it's just silly. Okay, for me, 150 is super perfect. Okay, then why didn't you put 150? I could go along with 150. 250 is insane. So if 150 is super perfect, then why wouldn't you just go with 150? That it be multiple voting, a serious mint option, and withdrawal of ADA collateral from 1, 110, leave it as is, 2, 150, 3, 175, 4, 200%. For me, the healthiest and most responsible. Ain't wrong. 5, 225. Who picked these random numbers though? 250 super collateral. Super stupid in my opinion. Anything past 2 makes no sense. Would certainly vote 2 for capital efficiency and yet increase safety margins. We can adjust as we go along. Now, this is reasonable. I have also created a separate thread in case it is needed to pass that through. Okay. 3, our friend 3. All of this person's suggestions seem like they're out to limit the growth of Indigo. Who are you? I would vote no. Bingo. And I hit the heart. I don't like this idea. No way. Same. And now he's talking about Chat GTP. Like, get out of here, dude. All right. And that's the thread. This guy wants to make it so that iAsset CDP minimum collateral positions are 200 or 250%. Hell to the no. No. Absolutely not. No, 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 super no, no. That's insane. No. You don't protect users and you don't protect the protocol by breaking the protocol. What you should do is just become better at trading the token. Indy, be better at trading the token. Stop buying high and selling low. Or if you're going to buy high, at least be ready to ride out an entire market, which means months, quarters, a year or more. He wants to get to a place where his bag is plus whatever percent. And it's not going to happen when you're buying the tops. And that's what this guy is doing. And you can't correct that by trying to adjust the protocol so that the price of the token goes up. That's called manipulation. It's the very same thing you're saying the attackers are doing. You want to do in the opposite direction. Sir, this probably isn't for you. This heat check has been checked. For more on my journey on Indigo protocol and the Indy token, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I thank you for watching. Hit that like, hit the share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.